What's up guys, I'm DeatHInfernoXxGaming and welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be making an insanely mind-blowing build with the newest perk that comes out in this patch, the Impulse perk. It is insanely good and the requirements to use it is very simple. Do you think Cunning is the best critical damage booster? Not anymore fam. This Impulse perk is far more superior than Cunning, so let's just hop onto the build so I can explain this in more detail. So here is the build guys, and the most important thing I want to mention is of course the Impulse perk. This perk will increase your critical strike damage by 10% for every 5% increase in movement speed with the maximum of 50% movement speed increase. Which means you will get 100% critical strike damage if you can achieve that 50% movement speed boost. Cunning, which was the best critical damage booster perk, only gives you 30%. Isn't that just insane? So the requirement is to get 50% movement speed boost. And you can achieve that simply by using the Invigorated perk, which gives you exactly 50% as long as you keep your stamina below 50%. So to sum things up, with Impulse and Invigorated, as long as your stamina is below 50%, you will get 100% critical strike damage bonus. That is magnificent. I also brought Cunning and Pulse with this build so we can actually call this a full critical strike build, and this build, just like its name, will deal insanely high critical strike damage. How high is the critical strike damage, you ask? Alright, let's be a nerd for a while. Critical strike damage by default without any boost will give you 150% more damage. Impulse gives you 100%, Cunning 30%, and Pulse 15%. This gives us a total of 295% critical strike damage boost, almost triple the amount of damage you deal. Also, as I have always mentioned, critical damage without a good raw damage would still be a no-no. So we brought a little Predator and Reduce here just to increase our damage output. We also have the Access Determination damage boost, so this is fine. So that sums up the perk summary. Let's go through the build. The Allura helmet with Invigorated, the Thrax body with Impulse, the Malkarian arms with Pulse, and the Time Wave leggings with Reduce. And here I'm using the Strike Seal just for the movement speed and attack speed because we're using Tempest here. But if you want to switch the Lantern to anything else, that's fine, pick your choice and fit in the Catalyst cell. And here for the Omni cell, I'm using Tempest because there are lots of movement speed boosts here, the Invigorated, and the Impulse also give you a 10%. But if you want to use another Omni cell, that's fine, like Discipline, but I really recommend using the Tempest. And here is the weapon from the Chrono War with Impulse, Pulse, Grim Onslaught, Overcharged Cylinder, and Razakiri. Also, if you're not a fan of Catalyst, you can just switch to this build right here, which is utilizing the Molten and Reuse. The only thing that changes are the arms into Halion with Reduce, the leggings into Chrono War with Impulse, the cell inside the Lantern into Reuse, and one of the cell inside the weapon into Predator. The rest stays the same, and that's the build, guys. Alright, so that's the build discussion, and now we'll head to the hunting grounds for some testing. So I'm gonna use a Catalyst whip because I like to use Catalyst and I have tons of turrets, so why not? So let's just hop onto the hunting grounds immediately. Alright, so here we are in the hunting grounds, and let's see how this weapon would work in a real battle. And here I'm on Determination level 4 because I did one battle before this one, and we'll use only the Blitz Tonic so that we don't modify the damage too much. And let's try it on this route. Stamina below 50% and a throw. Boom! 15k, easy. Damage you see here is mostly core damage, so the only downside to this build is if you do not crit, then the damage would be just bad. So you should really play around the crit. Alright, let's just use the Tempest. Stack our Pulse, never mind! The unit effect just proc, so that messed up with the thingy. Alright, there we go. Now it's a full pulse and kaboom! Another 15k, and it's almost dead because it's core damage. And that maybe no. Yep, it's that easy, isn't it? And that's one shroud down. This feels like fighting like a Embermain? I don't know. So let's try it out on the next Behemoths. Should we fight the Phalanx? I think we should fight the Phalanx. Let's try the Phalanx, and maybe after that we try the Stormclaw. Okay, so as usual, let's keep our stamina below 50%. Take out the weapon so we can throw immediately. What it's gonna do? Okay, Although it screams. And slap! I did not get the part. Okay, that's too bad. Okay, that is too bad. It's gonna do the slammy, right? Nope. What the hell? Ow! That's the reason everyone hates this guy. Oh, now it hits. Ow! Let me just do this. Okay, there we go. That's half HP gone, just like that. Okay, and here comes the big throw. Kaboom! Another 10k. And it's gonna die soon. Yep, it's that. As you can see, this build is just so good. Let me get the pulse. Let me get the pulse. No, one more hit. Alright, let's try to get a pulse on that guy. I think we just go through here because there might be Behemoth spawn just right in front of us here. Might be, being the keyword. So, yep, there really is a Behemoth. So we just fight the Rift Soldier since it's faster. And what if we use the Frenzy Tonic? I wonder. So let's try to get this. That's a full stack. Let's put it 50%. Kaboom! 16k. Easy. Alright, this might be a bit hard. Whoops. I don't have the Blitz Tonic! I hit so slow. Well, that's too bad. And that's too bad for Rift Soldier too because I have my legendary ability. Might have killed me if I don't. And I guess he's dead. Yep, he's dead. Bye bye. GG's. GG easy. And as you can see, this build is just dominating the units. And I feel like the Impulse perk is going to be one perk that everyone would use because of its high boost in critical strike damage. But the only downside to this build is you deal less damage to every other attacks and you need to spend one perk slot for the movement speed to be able to utilize the Impulse to the full potential. But overall, it's going to help you deal more damage than usual. And I feel like I'm going to use the Impulse perk a lot too because I like to just run and gun. And it's pretty fun. And that's all for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It's free and you can always subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.